blades. Let's see. First of all, I need a polygon, which is one of my primitives here. I'll put it to Z minus so that it's the UVs are straight up. And let's see, if I have the polygon here, I can actually ask for a triangle, which I'm going to do and make it editable straight away. Next thing we need to do is enable the snap and put it on edge snap and move the pivot point so that it's at the bottom of the blade of grass. Best way to do it is just to move it vertically. It snaps right on. Get out of pivot mode. Switch off magnet. I'll just scale it and scale it upward. Something like this. Now, in the front view, let's zoom in, and I'll just take the knife tool, cut into the polygons here. Let's keep the shift key down to make it straight, and here. Something like that. Right. Now, we don't have to move the blade around. We'll just put it in a MoGraph cloner and just pop it in. Of course, it's going to be cloned upward. That's the way the cloner is set. Now we're just going to change that to a grid array. Now it doesn't have to go up. So let's just put a 1 here in the middle. And let's move it down to the perspective view. And let's just say 10 blades of grass. Right. So I've got 10 blades of grass, and they're all straight and in at the same angle. In order to solve that, I'm just going to put an effector on it. The random effector, here it is. And the default setting is random position, which we don't need. We just need something to scale and to rotate. And the scale, let's put it up to 0.5. Let's just type it in, it's easier. And the rotation is something in the order of, I don't know, could be anything. I'll just do 45, something like that. So this is basically our clump of grass. I'll put a material on it, and let's see, just put a ramp on it. So I'm just going to use gradient, vertical gradient, and we want sort of like a dark green at one side, something like that, and a light green, not too saturated, on the other side. And we'll just pop that onto our blade of grass. Well, looks okay, but it's all straight up. Now, what we're going to do, and you can make that editable, is put an FFD object on it, and let's first make this 150 by 150 by 150. So that's the size of the box. I made it too small, by the way. Let's make this 200. 200. 200. That should be okay. Actually, make it slightly larger so that all the blades are in there. So 214, 214, 214. All right, 4 subdivisions, and now we have to move it up. I'll just do this numerically. Should it be 100? Oh, my box should actually be higher and bigger. So let's change it to 230, 250, 230. Right. Everything should be inside the mesh. And then we can move this one up as well. Still needs to be bigger because the points of the blades are sticking out of the box. So let's make this 300. And we'll move this up 150. Right. Now the trick is that you only want to move the top of the blades, and the blades that are actually affected by the wind are the ones that are tallest. So what we're going to do is go to the front view again and go to the FFD and go into point mode, rectangular selection, and I'm just going to select all through the object the bottom two rows. Now I'm just going to go to selection and hide this selection because I don't want to use it. I only want to use the top two layers. Back to the perspective view. I'm just going to select the top of my FFD object and scale it. Hang on. I need to group it to the cloner. So I'll just get the cloner, get the FFD, group it with Alt-G. Now we can actually do some stuff about it. Scale this up. Yeah, I don't have to do it that much. And already you can see, you can tell that it's actually bending the top of the leaves. So now I'm just going to select all the points, and go to F2, that's the top view. And then I'm going to go into finding the magnet tool. The magnet tool is basically a brush. And I'm just going to put it up to 200. And the strength, this is the radius by the way, and the strength, put it down to 50. Now it's going to snap to a point, the nearest point it can find. And basically brush these points around. So what we can do is make it a little bit more organic. Like so. I'm just brushing it around a bit. You can exaggerate. You see it snaps to the nearest point. So something like that. And great, there you go. This is your pole of grass.